What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be bringing you a type of video I've never done before. So I recently finished gold camo for the M1 bazooka in Call of Duty Vanguard, and I thought that some of you could use the strategies I developed while working on this weapon. Before I get started on how to complete the challenges, I'm going to be giving you the class setup that I use while going for gold. You can use any primary weapon that you want, so I just use the MP40 to complete camos on it as well. For your first perk, I would recommend going with Ghost. You could choose other perks for this slot, such as Fortified to take less explosive damage, but I found that Ghost was helpful for sneaking behind enemy lines when going for ground streak destructions, which I will go into later. For your second perk, you have to use Engineer. Without this perk, the challenge will be pretty much impossible. Engineer allows you to see enemy score streaks and field upgrades through walls, which is an essential part of this process. For perk 3, I went with Lightweight to make it just a little bit easier to sneak behind enemy lines. You could really go for any perk in this slot, but I would recommend using Lightweight. Your lethals and tacticals do not matter, but I use the stim for easy healing. And finally, you need to use the supply box to get more ammo once you expend the measly 2 rockets you get from spawning. Now for the camo challenges. Up first is the Pack Tactics challenge, for which you will need to get 100 eliminations with the M1 bazooka. For this challenge, queue into pretty much any game mode, as long as it is hardcore. You can use any pacing you want, but I would recommend Blitz due to the higher player count. Go for maps with small rooms and hallways, such as sub pens or Eagle's Nest, like the gameplay you see here. This step isn't fun, but what you want to do is sit behind cover and wait until you see an enemy enter a room. As soon as you see them come out of the door, shoot your rocket into the room. Because you're in hardcore, it is pretty much a guaranteed kill. It's a little campy, but it really works, because using this method I actually got a quad feed in the upper room of sub pins, but unfortunately I wasn't recording. You'll definitely run out of ammo using this method, so make sure to have a supply box on hand. But just remember that you can only refill ammo from a supply box once per life, so if you run out again, just go for a challenge on your primary weapon or die to reset your ammo. The second camo is Surgical, where you'll need to destroy 100 enemy kill streaks, equipment, or field upgrades. This challenge is really easy, and you will go ahead and unlock it while completing the other camo challenges. The third camo is Predatory Ambition, and despite what it may seem, it is the hardest challenge out of the 5 to complete, at least in my opinion. To unlock this camo, you'll need to destroy 50 ground kill streaks or field upgrades. This seemed easy to me at first, but unlike the airstreak challenges, you cannot see these streaks and field upgrades from all parts of the map. To make matters worse, it seems, at least from my experience, that no ground streaks or field upgrades get one-shotted unless they are directly hit by your rocket. I don't know if that was just an issue I was having, but I would shoot like directly next to attack dogs, for instance, or an ammo box, and it just wouldn't destroy it. So this is why it's essential to use the Engineer perk so you can see where they are. So I would recommend loading up either DOS House 24/7, which is what I did, or Shipment 24/7 if it's out by the time you're doing these challenges. So what you'll need to do is run around looking for enemy field upgrades that are highlighted through the walls, and as soon as you see one, just beeline towards it and try and blow it up before you're killed, because most of these field upgrades are placed either in or near the enemy's spawn, so you'll be right on top of a lot of enemies when you see these. Enemy dogs also count towards this challenge, but if you're shooting at them, make sure you directly hit them, because as I said before, they don't seem to die unless you directly hit them. And this camo is actually the last one that I completed because it just takes so long. The fourth camo is Reptilian, which requires you to destroy 50 enemy aerial kill streaks. This challenge is simple enough once you learn how far to aim ahead of recon aircrafts. For this challenge, you'll need to wait for Captain Butcher to announce that there's an enemy recon aircraft in the air. And once you hear this, I would recommend heading back to your spawn or somewhere that you know enemies won't kill you. The catch with recon aircrafts is that they actually have 2 stages of flight, so when they're first called in, they're flying in a straight line and much faster than they normally do. So I would recommend not wasting your ammo shooting at them when they're in this first stage, because I only hit around 2 or 3 while trying that. So instead, wait for the second stage. You'll know when the recon aircraft enters its second stage when it begins to angle downwards and slow down significantly. This is when you have an easier chance to destroy it. So aim your launcher in front and ever so slightly above the recon aircraft, and this is to account for the circular flight path it has while in its second stage. So while aiming, place the left edge of the sight about 1 or 2 plane lengths in front of the plane. So it really depends on how far away the plane is from you, as well as the map. because in some maps, recon aircrafts have a higher altitude than on others. And this step really just takes some getting used to, but once you learn the correct sight placement, you should be hitting these every single try. Finally, the 5th camo is Deadeye. You'll need to destroy 3 enemy kill streaks in a game 30 times. This means that you'll need to destroy 3 kill streaks in one game for 30 different games. I would recommend going into games of hardpoint, patrol, or domination because they usually last longer than game modes like TDM or kill confirmed. And this challenge really isn't too difficult as long as you get used to shooting down recon aircrafts. Once you complete all 5 of these challenges, you'll unlock gold camo. It actually looks really clean when you look at it in game. My only wish is that Sledgehammer adds weapon inspects to Vanguard because they always made the inspects look really good in World War II. So let me know if you have any trouble with any of these methods and I'll help you in the comments. Also, let me know if you want me to make more camo guides in the future. If you do, let me know how to improve these types of videos in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate if you liked and subscribed to get this video recommended for more people who are trying these challenges. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.